This is the moment the armed police ended a 5-day siege in the Coventry area. In Earlsdon from Sunday, a man had refused to leave his home, along with his 8-year-old son as well, and there was a high police presence and negotiators were brought in. Thankfully, nobody has been injured and the situation has now been resolved. And the reason I didn't cover it was because maybe something I said in the coverage may have provoked some sort of reaction. And this is what the media seem to forget as well. Just because something could do well in reactions and views, it doesn't mean that you should necessarily cover it at the time. But now that it's over, I think there's a lot of interest into why it happened and also the disruption that it also caused as well to the neighbours. In this video, I've got an interview with one of the neighbours, and thank you to JP Davioli for the footage as well. On Saturday the 8th of January at 10:30, a neighbour on the street where it occurred came home and said that the police turned up about 2 hours later at 12 o'clock. These were normal police officers and they just shouted for him to come out. They said there was going to force entry if he didn't. One of the officers had a crowbar and also tried to get in front of the windows, but it was at this point that they backed off and got into the car. At 3 a.m. in the morning, armed police turned up with negotiators. So it's at this point that it's believed that he may have told the police that he was going to use a weapon. And from my research, I've been able to find out that Owen, the man that was in the house, is believed to be a former soldier as well. And this would have added to the suspicion that they believed the weapon was genuine. He had also posted videos on social media where him and his son were shooting air guns in the back garden. And the risk was too high for them to not take it as serious. He made official complaints about the way that the police have been dealing with his case and also social services as well. And any of these problems that people have with social should always be taken seriously. And just because there's other issues going on, it doesn't mean that what he's saying isn't potentially true. Sadly, he went about it in the wrong way, and this isn't how you get resolutions to issues that you have. And from everything that I've found out about Owen as well, and from briefly talking to him, there is nothing to suggest that he wasn't a brilliant father. Every picture, every video is him going around with his son enjoying life as well. The official police statement said that the siege in Coventry has been brought to a safe end, and this evening police officers forced their way into the property where the father had been barricaded with his son since Sunday. Specialist armed officers went in at 8:30 p.m. and detained a 41-year-old male who is now been assessed under the Mental Health Act. His son is believed to be physically unharmed and is with other family members, and they are receiving the necessary support that they need. Coventry Police Superintendent Ronan Tyrer said this has been an incredibly sensitive and challenging siege, with a boy aged 8 at the heart of it. His safety was our main concern, and I'm sure that everybody in Coventry is relieved that this is over. The situation became untenable and we had to bring the siege to an end after it had gone on for so many days. Thankfully nobody was harmed, but it's believed that he's now getting the support that he needs. Throughout the 4 days, there was a negotiator who identified herself as Michelle, who was communicating with Owen in the house, and this is how they gave them food. They sent them even popcorn so they could watch a movie on the night, and video from inside the house that I received, and this is of course recorded by Owen, shows police outside aiming several guns at him while he sits there with his son listening to music. So I don't believe at any point was his son in any danger whatsoever. I just think that the police couldn't take the risk. A neighbour also said to me that they believed that they passed him medication as well. So this is unconfirmed. It seems he may have got ongoing conditions with mental health and they were trying to help him stabilise his emotions. This seemed to have helped as well for a short period of time, but then it escalated further and it went backwards. The cordons were in place on Earlsdon Avenue North, Newcombe Road and also Poplar Road. Residents living in the area received police escort to leave and enter their homes for the past week. The local primary school was also shut down and a number of businesses were only able to reopen today. Some neighbours even spoke about not getting a police escort and waited 6 hours. Local Coventry MP Zara Sultana said that she praised the efforts of the local community. The Labour MP visited the police cordon on Earlsdon Avenue North for the second time in 24 hours, having also visited the night before, following a briefing by West Midlands Police in the community library on the afternoon of the 5th day of the siege. Local businesses including Taylor's Butchers and O'Toole's Caff have been shut down in the time that this has been ongoing, and the MP said, "I know a lot of businesses are affected and they have shown so much patience and resilience in this situation." A lot of different members of the community came together to help each other, but at the same time it definitely makes you wonder how much is being done to help people cope with mental health during lockdown as well. A recent study by the National Institute for Health Research said that many people didn't try to seek help with their mental health during the first lockdown. And this was mainly due to the fact that people were scared of getting illnesses and also from feeling like they're wasting doctors' time as well, because there was a lot of pressure on the National Health Service at the time. But never think in any way, shape or form that when you're going through something like depression or anxiety that you need to feel ashamed about that or feel like you shouldn't reach out. Whenever you need to talk to anybody, never feel bad about doing that. Everybody goes through different issues and different forms of mental health in life, and we all need to be here to support each other. So I wish Owen all the best in the future as well. This story really needed to be explained, and I hope that he can get the best help that he needs. And also, if he does have any issues in the future with social services or anything that you think is, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I will try to highlight them stories as well. But doing things like this never helps the situation, and it's never going to help your cause, be that in court, trying to raise awareness for a serious situation. So thank you to the neighbours and everybody that has helped me in order to tell this story properly as well. Please feel free to contact me at news@scarcitystudios.com and follow me on the new Instagram after I've been deleted at nearly 100,000 followers on Scarcity-Studios. And I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.